So have you ever had a vision or a dream that you feel like is impossible to hit? And I would venture the answer is probably yes. You've probably actually tried things in the past and you either didn't follow through or something happened that caused you to have to quit. My old business coach used to always say that kids, cancer, divorce, all those things are going to happen, or some variation of that's going to happen in our life. And how you deal with that is really how you deal with problems, and character builds your life in order to coach yourself to success or to put yourself in a position where you give up. So I have a picture right now that I'm holding of a dog. And my husband is completely allergic to dogs, but my 3-year-old was just saying when he left a appointment the other day with me that he told the person that we were meeting that he was going to go get a puppy. And so as a parent, it's a really hard thing to look at your child and realize that there's an impossible dream because it can't happen because my husband is allergic to dogs. Well, flip to how you handle your character and your mindset when you hit an impossible moment. I'll show you how this works and how you can start exercising it in your life to overcome the barriers that prevent you from really succeeding, from reaching the goals, the drive that's inside you that never goes away. How do you actually put that drive into action so that you reach the results that you intend to, so that you don't die with your music still inside you? And so the way that I can give you one example. After I had my son, I got diagnosed with 2 bulging discs in my back. And I went to multiple, I have a great network of friends, and I was given some incredible doctors that I went to, sports doctors, back doctors, and they all said the same thing, and that was that I was gonna need surgery. And I've met people that have had the surgery and their back still isn't great. My stepmom is one of them. It's like she's had 2 back surgeries and her back is better, obviously, but it's not where it needs to be for her to go horseback riding or run a marathon or anything like that. She would end up having major back problems. So I kept saying to myself in my head, and this is where it's really important for you, you gotta manage your head. And I kept saying, I know there's a doctor that believes that this is fixable. I know there's a doctor that believes this is fixable. Until, of course, the day I get out of bed and I collapse on the floor and I look at my husband and I start to cry because I thought to myself, what is my life gonna look like if I can't go out for a run, if I can't hold my baby that I just had? I couldn't hold Zach. I kept dropping him on the bed because I couldn't trust myself to walk around with him because my back was so weak. I was in a 90-degree angle. And so sure enough, even with diagnosis after diagnosis after diagnosis, I'm facing the impossible moment that I may not be able to live my life the way I'm living my life. And I kept holding on to the idea, and that's what you have to do. You have to hold on to the idea that your dream can happen and that there is a solution. There's a coach to get you there. There's a formula to get you there. You got to stop doing it on your own. You got to reach out and know that maybe you reach out 7 times and don't get the right answer, but the 8th time you will. My point is don't stop. So sure enough, I did find a guy who studied under this amazing doctor who taught me something called knowledge therapy. And for 2.5 hours, I did a Skype interview with him. And lo and behold, the next day, my back pain opened up like that. Like I didn't have it anymore. I couldn't even put on my underwear. For 6 months, I was holding my underwear, trying to get my foot through. I couldn't get into my Porsche Cayenne at the time, which is an SUV. I had to get up and slide my head across the top of the car, the SUV, and drop into my seat because I couldn't actually bend. That's how inflexible I was. And so I did knowledge therapy. It lifted the next day. I messaged this guy that did knowledge therapy with me, and he says, go out for a run. It's gonna feel like a dagging, freaking, knife in your spine, and you're gonna feel that pain, and don't freak out and don't be afraid, keep running. I thought, oh, sure, I'm natural. I live in Southern California, as you can see, people are heading to the beach, and it's really kind of granola-y here. And I thought, am I allowing myself to hurt myself because I'm going too holistic? But I followed the coaching, and that is a success trait that you need to learn how to have. You need to not just start things, but learn how to finish them, which is follow the coaching even when it doesn't feel right. And that's a bold statement for me to make. So I went out for a run. Sure enough, this screeching pain down my back and down my legs, my sciatic, and I just was like, oh, boom, crying immediately. And I kept running, and by the 4th or 5th step, the pain went away. And it's been over 2 years now, and I've been pain-free, never had surgery, and I still have 2 bulging discs in my back. So the purpose is that discs don't hurt, but we think they do. And so I don't know what impossible roadblock you're facing right now, but I do know that now my husband is open to getting this dog because of moments like that he's seen me hold on to a vision and not let go and know that and trust and believe. The whole key is believe. Scripture talks about this all the time. I'm not about religious on you, but scripture really talks about the most powerful thing you can have is your belief. And if you can believe in something bigger than your limitations, you're going to succeed. So because of that, my husband has opened up and he believes that he can be cured of allergies. Maybe you're watching this right now and you know a way that he can be cured of allergies and you're going to reach out to me and tell me. But my point is we're looking for that because my son gets to have a dog and my husband gets to be allergy free and we get to live the all-American dream and have the all-American family because we said so, not because we're chasing some fantasy lifestyle where we keep hitting the impossible barriers to get through and we keep giving up on ourselves. So the moral of the story is don't give up on yourself. It's find somebody who believes in something bigger than your limitations, who won't stand for you stopping at I don't feel like it or I don't think this is possible, and will help you escalate to that next level. So God bless, and here's to you creating an extraordinary, extraordinary year for yourself.